This is Siddharth Mehta, mentor at Career Launcher Bhilai, and I have with me Vaishnavi Sinha. Vaishnavi has secured All India rank 180 in the CLAT 23 exam. The results were announced just few hours back, and Vaishnavi is class 12th student. She has chosen commerce stream, and she is a student of DPS Bhilai. She started her CLAT preparation with us at Career Launcher Bhilai 7 to 8 months back. She joined our classroom program, and she has been out and out topper, we know, but she had her moments of anxiety and nervousness during CLAT preparation, and we are today here to know how she overcame those moments. So first and foremost, congratulations, Vaishnavi, and welcome to this interview.
Thank you, sir.
So Vaishnavi, was it expected that you will get 180 rank after how your CLAT went? What was you expecting?
Not at all, sir. Since the paper was so unpredictable, as it always is, but when after I came back from giving the exam, I did not expect, I was not even expecting to score as much I did score, and I did not expect at all. Kind of
This is
unbelievable still.
great. So no, it is real. Let me tell you, right? So one thing now you just told that after the CLAT exam, your belief was when you came out of the exam hall, your belief was that you have not done well. What was the belief before the CLAT exam, on the day of CLAT, before you went to the exam? Were you believing that you will get a good rank?
Sir, I did very honestly before 15 minutes before, because we get seated in the room. Throughout that 15 minutes, I was constantly telling myself, we don't have to think about how much we have to score. I'll not be going to think about whatever rank I am going to get. I was just thinking today, maybe I'll get the hardest of the mocks that I have ever given, but I have to perform the best. The best I have ever done, I have to do it today. And I did not at all think about anything about rank or marks or anything.
Great. So, to those who are listening, it's very important in the exam to have one mantra which keeps the anxiety at bay, right? So, whenever you are feeling anxious, just recall that. So, Vaishnavi had that ready. So, Vaishnavi, this is about the exam day, but let us go back to when it all started and tell me how it started, why you were, I think, one of the toppers in class 10th, 99 point some percent. What percent you secured in class 10?
So 99.4%.
99.4%, right? So in class 10. So usually the track would have been choosing science, appearing for JE or maybe NIT, but you chose commerce. And whenever people choose commerce, the first option is perhaps chartered accountancy, CA, but you chose CLAT. How did this happen?
So since my sister, she chose science, and I had seen all the preparation for JE and what engineering usually entails, subjects and everything. I always associated myself more of a person who is into the social aspect of things. So when I was in seventh, eighth, I decided maybe we'll go for law. And but that time I was more into civil services and that particular stuff, administration. So from that time only, I knew that medical and engineering, it is not cut out for me. I I won't be able to study those subjects because my true interest is in the social, all the social subjects. So after 10th, I chose commerce. Still I was more into civil services. So I chose it. Maybe graduate, will do graduation and then we'll start studying for the exam. But while studying the subjects, after my class 11th final exams, I realized कि commerce I cannot I am not relating to it, and I don't want to do it 3 more years for graduation just for the sake of giving an exam. So that time I started researching more about CLAT, because that is what I had thought of doing in my childhood. That was kind of my childhood dream, that maybe we will go for lawyer or a judge. So after that, it was no looking back, because literally I had no other thing to do.
Your parents never said you, I mean, most of the people, I mean, in Bhilai, and parents also in many cases that if child is scoring this high percent, then that person, that the child should aspire for AIMS or IIT. No pressure from parents that way.
No, sir, not actually, because my mother is a maths teacher. She had a
Okay.
little bit, please go for maths. At least keep maths with commerce. So I had taken maths with commerce. She was more than happy. She did not want anything more for.
Great, great. So I'm sure that support and encouragement is absolutely necessary to do whatever you want to do. Yeah. So when you started your CLAT preparation and you know the exam pattern, there is lot of reading which is required in this exam. Can you just take me through the journey of preparation?
Yes, sir. So when I started the preparation, before giving any mocks, I I did not have an actual idea. We used to study the theoretical aspects of things, and I used to grasp the concepts. But once started giving the mocks is when I realized how important it is to maintain your speed and to comprehend very fast, and what you have to filter out while reading. So reading smartly in CLAT is very important. What all things you have to focus in a paragraph, and what all things you can maybe just go briefly about. So reading definitely very important, and one should focus a lot towards improving their speed and their comprehension for clearing CLAT.
It's easy for you to say that one should focus on comprehension. It is easy for me as a teacher to say to focus on comprehension. But as a student, how difficult or easy it is to know which parts are important, and what do you need to do to improve your speed? What have you
Sir,
done to improve your speed? Okay.
newspapers, daily newspapers help a lot. Just habitual novel reading, anything that you know eh, seeks the interest of you. If you are interested towards, I used to read a lot about the sports journals, because
Okay.
for me I like a lot I watch a lot of cricket and lawn tennis. So I would read all that, the sports page of the newspaper, I would read it. So reading anything, the thing is you should read regularly. What you read does not that much matter.
Okay. So, how many mocks you would have taken? You talked about mocks. How many mocks you would have taken?
The before CLAT, close to 60 marks I had given.
Okay, 60 mocks. Great. Uh, Many people believe that mocks can only be taken once you are thoroughly prepared. But is there anything like you complete preparation as far as this CLAT exam is concerned?
Nothing as such as complete preparation for any competitive exam, because till
Mhm.
the last day you feel like, oh, this is left, this has to be revised, this I have left. But mocks are something that will teach you more than any good book or any good theory or the basic. Just touching the basics of every for logical reasoning, how do you go about solving the passages, for legal reasoning, the topics you just need to study. The the most you will learn from anything is the mocks will teach you the most, given you properly analyze each and every mock.
What do you mean by properly analyzing the mocks? Because most of the students struggle in that aspect.
Analyzing, sir, for me, what I used to do, I did not pay much attention to the questions I had gotten right. I just looked at them once. The ones I got them wrong, I used to solve that passage again, and then again attempt all the questions. If again I am attempting the same mistake, then I used to read the answer key. Why whatever I am thinking is wrong. And if there was a conceptual error, maybe I am not understanding how to solve the weakening or the strengthening questions. Then I will go back to the theory. What was the basic? How would we used to weaken? Yeah, how we can weaken a particular author's opinion. So for that way, and GK also, for GK, a good source is mocks, because mocks usually help you understanding what all parameters of a topic you should read while you are preparing your notes, what all you should cover. Mocks can help you a lot in that. It's
Okay. So, Vaishnavi, when you were preparing, there were several moments, and I know that there were moments when you were a bit anxious. How did you overcome that? And those moments are there for every student. It's not unique to you, but any serious aspirant will go through those moments. It's a cycle kind of thing.
the important things which I learned from you is we should not dwell upon the marks of the mocks, because we'll always have some tough mocks, some easy mocks. The thing is, as long as we are constantly learning from our mistakes, there is not no point in dwelling on what marks we have gotten. Because I remember the few days before CLAT, I gave a mock and I did not score good in that. But the thing I remembered is I will not think about what I have scored. I will just keep in mind that these are the mistakes that I don't have to do on the day of the exams. So keeping that in mind, marks of the mocks don't matter, and each day each day is different. The next day maybe I'm going to score very good marks, and the very next day I might score very less marks. So the fluctuations keep on going till the very last day. We just have to keep that self confidence in ourselves that we will be able to do it.
Usually, what was your score in mocks?
Sir, two months before CLAT, I started scoring in the 90s consistently, and in the November month, I got a few 4 to 500 plus scores. Before that, it used to be in the 80s, 70s.
Okay. So, one thing that I have noticed about you, Vaishnavi, is that your accuracy is high. Usually, I mean, when I compare it to the other students, your accuracy is high. Anything that you keep in mind while marking the answers that help you to be good at accuracy?
Oh, the only thing is, sir, I don't overthink about the answers. Once I have marked it, the thing is, I have to move on. The more I think about, I'll start second guessing. And the important thing is trusting your instincts, because this is a paper where the speed matters a lot. So the more time you spend on a particular question, the less you will have for the rest of the paper. So trusting your instincts is a important thing.
Vaishnavi, tell me one thing. Any moment when you believe that you cannot crack this exam, you should leave the
The
preparation.
The first few months before, I had not given any mocks. At that time, I used to think everybody around me has been preparing for so much time more than me. They are doing it for more, maybe 1 year, 2 years, and I have just enrolled myself 6 months before, and I don't even have a basic idea. I have not even given a single mock. I second guessed myself a lot. I used to think, maybe it is not possible, maybe I won't be able to crack it. Once I given started giving the mocks, once I saw that improvement in the marks, then I got belief, okay, maybe we can do it.
Oh, that's a very interesting thing, and everybody who is watching this, I hope you notice this particular unique aspect. Most of the students, they don't doubt themselves till the point they write a mock. So till the time they write mock, they feel they can crack the exam. The self doubt creeps in when they start writing the mock. In Vaishnavi's case, it's exactly opposite. She was doubting herself before taking the mock, and when she took the mock, she believed that she can clear the exam. That's a very unique thing. The moment when you started believing that you will do well, any moment that you can think of that this was a trigger point when things started changing.
Sir, I remember still my first mock I had scored some 37 marks. And the next mock that I gave, I studied a lot for it. Throughout the week, I analyzed my first mock. I was going through it. These all mistakes I will not make in the next mock. Conceptually, I have still not covered a lot of things, but whatever I have learned from the first mock, I will not repeat it in the second mock. And second mock, I scored in the 50s range. So most of the people, when they get to 90s 100 is when they believe, will crack it. But for me, that 50 marks was when I thought I saw that improvement, because it was just 15-12 marks more. But when I saw that improvement, was a point for me that yes, maybe we can.
Great, Vaishnavi. Great to know that. One final thing, you are in class 12th. How did you manage your 12th in CLAT exam?
So, for me, I planned very strategically. So for me, it was like till half yearly. I will complete all the course. I will keep up to date with all my classes, and half yearly I will do well. It was for me. And then for 2.5 months or whatever I'll have, I will not touch my school books, because after December I'll have plenty of time to cover that portion, because 60 to 65% course has been done till September. So that two and a half months, I focused myself completely towards CLAT.
This is an opportunity for all the CLAT aspirant. CLAT happening in the month of December will help the class 12th students to plan in a better way. And when we talk about strategically planning things, let me give you one example of Vaishnavi, which she has forgotten how she plans the things in a strategic manner. You applied to ALET also, right? You filled up the form.
Yes. Mm.
Right. So, guys, ALET exam was a week before CLAT exam. And can you believe that Vaishnavi chose not to appear for the exam at all? She did not appear for the exam, quite surprisingly. Her belief was that there are only 70 seats for general category in the ALET exam. By appearing in that exam, she might end wasting 5 to 6 hours. That was again a unique thing to think. And at your age, to be that crystal clear with what you want is amazing. See, there is a very, people can say it as being foolishness. People can say it as being brave, but then there is a very thin line anyways between these two things. But hats off to you for being so crystal clear with what you are doing. And to everyone, I must tell this, that many a times I disagreed with Vaishnavi on what she was thinking. But then at the end, I always gave her that space. I remember how to mark the OMR bubbles. I had some other view, Vaishnavi had some other views. I gave her that space, but very crystal clear in what she wants to do. That is something really amazing. Any final tips for the CLAT aspirant of next year?
So the only thing which I struggled throughout the year was having self-confidence. And the only person who is going to tell you that you will not be able to do is yourself. So if you, as long as you have that belief in yourself now, there's no one stopping you, and the sky is the limit. Then once you realize that you have that in you, you have that potential, you can do it, you are willing to work hard for it, you will get it no matter what.
Thank you very much, Vaishnavi. Here, I will like to tell my viewers another thing. We have been talking about the good aspect. Vaishnavi is slightly unfortunate also, but she is in a very positive frame of mind these days. Unfortunate in the sense that she marked bubbles in wrong manner, and that's why she has her marks have dropped by 2.5 or 3 at least, because she marked the OMR in OMR in a wrong manner. Had that not been the case, Vaishnavi would have been in top 100 rank. But that does not matter. That the ranks does not matter. That is what matters is she has enjoyed the process. She is celebrating her success, and we are with her to celebrate her success. And let me tell you, Vaishnavi, even if this rank would have been 1800 and not 180, we would have still been very proud of you. It doesn't matter, because we knew that you, what potential you have and what you will be doing in the class 12th exam. I know that. So thank you very much, Vaishnavi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.